Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. So today we have loot from 3,000 Kurasks, and actually it's Halloween night as I upload this video. This video was actually supposed to be uploaded last Friday, but I was actually going on vacation to New York, which I'll talk a little bit about towards the end of the video. So yeah, I didn't manage to get this up in time, and I do apologize for that. But yeah, happy Halloween to you guys who do celebrate it, and with that being said, let's get into the video. So 3,000 Kurasks. This video was actually done on my Iron Man account, which in this whole loot series, this 1 to 10,000 series on this channel, all of the videos so far have been done on my main, so this one was a little bit different. And as you can imagine, killing Kurasks in general, I've already done 30 hours of these, and I managed to do that video on my Iron Man account as well. So coming into this video, I knew how beneficial these were, and as you can see, I already had a kill count of about 3,604. All of that kill count was actually done with a leaf-bladed battle axe a couple months ago, and this time around, since I was doing them again, I decided that I was going to save spot them with broad bolts and a rune crossbow. Now, you guys saw in the beginning of the video, we did unlock the ability to make broad bolts by fletching. So I made about 10,000 bolts, and I think I only used about 8,000 total, so I still had some left over. And with 88 range, my kill speeds were pretty good throughout the course of the video. There is multiple safe spots in this area. As you can see, I was using the one to the north, but there is one to the south, and there's also one to the southeast as well. But yeah, this was the one that was less populated, in my opinion at least. I was hopping worlds, I'd say like on average probably once every hour. And for me, I usually just preferred to be alone in a world by myself, because if there was anyone else standing on top of me, then I also had to deal with the fact that I was on another account, so I wasn't really paying full attention. That means that my kill speeds would go down every hour. So yeah, hopping worlds kind of important. For me, I was just using the 1750 total worlds and the 1500 total worlds, and for the most part, those who had the Slayer task would usually be in the designated area, and then there'd just be like a couple people as well as me in the normal area. So for those who don't know this area in general, this is the Relic Slayer caves, and to get to this area you have to use the fairy ring code AJR and then just run a little bit east. And yeah, you can use agility shortcuts to get here faster, but all in all you can just run around the cave and you'll end up in the same area. As it goes for a recommended inventory, I would say a rune pouch, herb sack, gem bag, as well as a ring of wealth would definitely be recommended. They are known to drop a lot of coins, and you will see that coin stack in the bottom left corner grow over time throughout this whole video. So yeah, ring of wealth definitely recommended, especially if you're an Iron Man account. And if you have a seed box as well, definitely bring that. Unfortunately, I don't have that on either of my accounts, so yeah, the seeds just kind of grew over time. A mistake I was making early on was I was actually picking up every single seed, including the low tier seeds like cactus and poison ivy and belladonna, but after about 500 kills, I decided just to go ahead and drop those seeds so I could save some inventory space. And speaking of saving inventory space, as you can see those nature runes at the bottom left corner, I was using those as well as high alks, and anytime I would receive a myth kite shield or rune longsword, addy plate body, or rune axe, I would just go ahead and alk those, and that did contribute quite a bit to the cash stack. I mean, Kurasks in general do drop a lot of coins, like 10k cash stacks and things like that, but the alkables that you get from those items that I mentioned before definitely add up over time. So initially I did bring nature runes and fire runes with me, but I only really needed to bring fire runes since these drop so many nature runes, and that's just getting back to their amazing drop table. I mean, as an Iron Man account especially, even if you're an ultimate Iron Man, there's just so many good things that these drop. Whether it's coconuts and papayas that can be used for farming payments, or flax that can be spun into bowstrings, the nature runes can be provided as alks, and white berries can be put into herblore. So I mean, there's just countless things. I'd say one of the only drops that I don't think I'll be using from Kurasks would be the big bones. Not too sure what big bones would be useful for on an Iron Man account. I mean, yeah, I could train prayer with them, but I mean, they're not really that great, so not too sure. And I know some people don't pick up the limp root seeds, but I personally do, since these things did actually used to drop noted limp roots. And if you want to see what those would have resulted in if they still were on the drop table, then you can check out the loot from 30 hours back when they were on the drop table. That video is in the link in the description. But yeah, unfortunately they were nerfed and they don't drop limp roots anymore, but they still drop limp root seeds, so I did go ahead and pick those up. And I guess to replace the fact that they don't drop them anymore, we can always just plant the seeds that they drop and collect them over a very long period of time. Now, as it goes for the rare drops, they do drop clue scrolls, but I decided not to go for the hard clues this video, mainly because I was just here for all the supplies that they drop as it goes for like noted items, and I mainly stick to my main account for clue scrolls. I know that kind of sounds weird, especially because it's an Iron Man, but that's just kind of what I do for preference. As it goes for the other rares though, they do drop a leaf bladed sword, which is 1 in 384, a leaf bladed battle axe, which is 1 in 1026, and the mystic robe light, which is 1 in 512. And I just read that off of the new OSRS wiki, which you guys recommended that I start using instead of the old one, and yeah, thank you very much for that advice, because this wiki is amazing, and the link link to that will also be in the description below. As you can see, I already did have Mystic Robe Tops, Leaf Bladed Battle Axes, and the swords in the bank already, so anytime I would receive any of those drops, I would just write it on a notepad, so I didn't get them mixed in with the other ones. And since I wasn't banking much, I was just letting all the noted items and all the seeds and the GP stack up over time. As it goes for the range levels, I did manage to go from level 88 to level 91 range, which just from safe spotting with broad bolts is really cool, and you know, all the beneficial things that I managed to get in the course of getting all that XP definitely made all this even more worth it. Just a side note, I was not using a bone crusher throughout the making of this video. It's a really bad habit. I actually need to get one on this account, but yeah, they do drop a lot of bones, so feel free to bring a bone crusher. You will get a decent amount of prayer XP over time, especially if you're killing thousands of them. As you guys know, I usually use a bone crusher to track the kills, but since this is an assigned Slayer task, I was just able to use the Slayer ring or the Slayer helmet to track the kills. But with all that being said, we are getting closer and closer to the overall price check of 3,000 kills, and as you can see, just looking at the drops in the inventory, it has been a solid run. I mean, every single drop, like I mentioned before, is pretty much useful or is going to be used for something. Now, whether you're an Iron Man account or whether you're a main account, this all comes back to the same thing. It is a Slayer task, and for something to be assigned like this at 70 Slayer, you know, look at all these amazing drops. I mean, you really can't compare this to many other things. You certainly can't compare it to things like, you know, Turoths or things like Boscalis. You know, these are just much better overall. So with all that being said, it is time to get into the price check and see just what you guys can expect from 3,000 kills of Kurasks. And yes, this was all done on the Iron Man account, so all of these items will be used eventually for something, and hopefully you guys will see that in the future progress videos for this account. Alright, so first things first, we are going to go ahead and price check every single drop, including the seeds, the noted items, the gems, and the coins, and then after that we are going to go ahead and price check the Mystic Robe Tops, the axes, and the swords. So yeah, hopefully this comes out to be a decent number. Looking at everything in the first inventory, we're going to add it up to the second one as well. First inventory comes out to be about 12.4 mil. That's pretty damn good looking at all the herbs and the seeds. The nature runes even came out to be about 1.8 mil. Over 8,000 nature runes. That's incredible. And almost 5 mil cash, just all from Kurasks. That's nuts. And looking at the rare drops, we have the leaf bladed battle axes, the swords, and the tops, as well as the loop keys, and that comes out to be just about 1.1 mil. And if we add that on to the initial price check of 12.4, then we end up with just about 13.5 mil from 3,000 Kurasks. And I really do appreciate you guys watching the video. It did take about 28 hours to do, and I should have uploaded it sooner, so yeah, I do apologize. It's been about a week since I've uploaded a video, and I don't want that to ever happen again. So yeah, thank you guys very much for your support, and hope to see you guys in about 2 days with a brand new video. Until next time, Mr. No Sleep out.